Today's lesson, 11.3b, we're talking about hyperbolas and writing their equations. So, like we've done for parabolas and ellipses, we first graphed them, and now we're going to write the equations. And so we've already done that for parabolas and ellipses, so let's do this for hyperbolas. So, like all those other ones, you're going to be given information about the hyperbolas, and then asked to write the equation. Now, just like the ellipses, these are kind of nice in the fact that you have a starting point. Now, you don't have as much of a starting point. You have that much to begin with, okay? You know that a squared should go here whenever you find it, and you have b squared should go there. But now you don't really know where x squared and y squared should go. So you kind of have to figure that out as well. But that's an easy fix because of what we're given. So remember, foci and vertices are given on the same axes, or the transverse axis. So both of them are in the y position. So that would suggest that because those are the values that are changing, then y squared must be first. Therefore, x squared must be second. So you got that squared away. So now you should be able to find your a squared and your b squared. Remember, foci give you c, so c must be 4. Vertices give you a, so a must be 1. Now you need to be able to find your a squared and b squared. A squared, easy. The squaring of 1 is 1, so then that means 1 goes underneath the y squared, which is nice. Now I need to be able to find my b squared, so I'm going to use my equation, c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So then 4 squared will give me 16, so I'll insert that in. A squared was 1 plus b squared. Now I just need to solve for b squared. So subtract 1 gives me 15. So therefore that's b squared, so I throw that in. And I've got my equation. Okay? Moving on to the next one. Same thing. You're given vertices this time and the asymptotes. Okay, remember the asymptotes give you a and b, but it depends on which order they're in. So let's start with what we know, which is that's about it. Vertices, my x value is the one that's changing this time, so that must mean it opens left and right. So that's got to be a, which means x squared's got to be first this time. Okay, so then that means a squared is 36. So I'll throw that in, because that's where a squared should go. Now I need to find my b squared, which should go under the y squared variable. Now, I need to look at my asymptote formulas to determine which number should be my value. And it looks like, because of how it's set up, asymptotes for the hyperbolas that are open left and right are going to be b over a. Okay. Now, if you notice, my a values don't match. I have an a value of 3 and an a value of 6. Now, the vertices are the ones that are legit, because you have to graph those. The asymptote ones, because you have b over a, you can reduce that because it's a fraction. So that means that a is actually 6, not 3. But if they were going to get this 2/3, in order for that to happen, b has to be, like, there has to be a common factor between b and a to be able to reduce to 2/3. So because a and 3, there's a difference of times 2 there to 3 to get 6. So I'm going to times 2 to b, which gives me 4. So therefore b must equal 4. Okay? Which b squared must be 16. So put that in. There's my equation. Okay? Next problem. Here you're given the vertices, and it contains the point 25. Okay? So same setup. Okay? Vertices is equal to my a value, so a must be 3. the vertices or the changing is in the y position, so that must mean that y squared is first here, x squared second. Therefore, a squared is 9, so I'll put that under the y squared there. Now I need to be able to find the value for b squared, but I've given the point 2,5, which means my hyperbola passes through that point. So I need to set up an equation to the left over here where I don't know b squared, but I'm going to plug in this 0.25, so 5 squared over 9 minus 2 squared over b squared equals 1. Okay, so then that gives me 25 over 9 minus 4 over b squared. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 25 over 9 to both sides. Okay, remember I need a common denominator, so that's 9 over 9. So negative 4b squared equals 9 minus 25 should be negative 16 ninths. So I'm going to cross multiply. It gives me negative 36, and that equals negative 16b squared. Divide both sides by negative 16. My negatives cancel out, and I'm going to reduce my fraction here. So that gives me, looks like 18 over 8. And then also, I can do it again, 9 over 4. Okay, so then b squared should be a fraction of 9/4. And then that would be my equation. Okay, have fun.